Have you ever felt completely invisible, even when you're standing right in the middle of the room? You give your all to relationships. You show up with kindness. You offer support. But it feels like you're speaking into an empty space. You're with people, yet a profound loneliness sits with you. You extend help willingly, but when your own need arrives, you find yourself standing alone. This makes you question everything. What is wrong with me? Why does my care not flow both ways? Perhaps you've grown weary of the performance. You stopped initiating contact because your messages faded into silence. You let your smile fade because it seemed to go unseen. You built walls around your heart because every time you opened it, you were wounded. You observe others receiving affection, respect, and appreciation. But for you, there is only quiet. And gradually, without even noticing, you begin to shut down. You become a stranger to your own spirit. This was the story of Alex. He was once the person who could illuminate an entire gathering with his presence, witty, compassionate, and fully alive. But as seasons changed, that glow faded. He had a modest job, a predictable schedule, and a life that felt small. Everyone he knew appeared to be advancing. Better careers, families, homes, adventures. While Alex remained on the same page, reading the same paragraph. At first, he pretended it was okay. Then he began declining invitations. Then he started leaving messages unanswered. And finally, he gave up entirely. He convinced himself, why bother? People only value you when you have something to offer. But in his quietest moments, he longed for the person he used to be. He missed the connection, the shared joy, the sense of being part of something. One overcast evening, scrolling endlessly, he saw a photo from his old university friends. They were together, celebrating, and his name was never mentioned. He let out a hollow laugh, but his vision blurred. He said to the silent room, maybe I was never truly significant to them. Sleep escaped him that night. The rain pattered outside, but inside, a dam was breaking. And in that raw stillness, a single thought thundered in his mind. When did I abandon the person I was once proud to be? The next day, he rose with the sun. No grand scheme, no inspirational speech, no sweeping declaration, just a firm, quiet resolution. I will not live like this any longer. He went outside for a walk. The morning air was clean. The city was hushed. He observed tiny details he had long ignored. The coffee cart owner nodding hello, a child grinning at him, a puppy playfully bounding. He understood something vital that morning. The world hadn't shifted. He had. He had sealed his own spirit so completely that nothing good could find its way in. From that day forward, Alex began with tiny steps. At the office, he offered genuine smiles. He greeted coworkers. He lent a hand without waiting for recognition. He practiced listening with his full attention. For a while, nothing seemed different. Then one afternoon, a teammate remarked, Alex, you seem different lately. There's a new calm about you. Those few words struck a chord. He saw that when you mend your inner world, the outer world begins to reflect that peace.
Weeks became months. He released the habit of complaining about his circumstances. He quit measuring his life against others. Instead, he invested in his own growth, physically, mentally, spiritually. He began consuming books, acquiring new skills, bettering himself each day, not for anyone's approval, but to restore his own inner quiet. He stopped waiting for external affirmation and started building a life he himself respected. He began offering support without fanfare, uplifting others authentically, and most crucially, releasing the grudges he held against those who had let him down. One afternoon, Michael, an old friend from his past, called. Hey, we're all getting together next Friday. It wouldn't be the same without you. Alex felt a smile form, not because he finally got an invitation, but because he no longer needed one to feel whole. He had discovered a sanctuary within himself. That evening, he journaled, My goal is no longer to be liked by all. My goal is to become someone I genuinely like. As more time passed, a beautiful shift occurred. People naturally began drawing closer to him, not because of his status or possessions, but because he emitted a serene, grounded energy. The same co-workers who once overlooked him now asked for his perspective. The same friends who had drifted away now reached out just to hear his voice. The same passers-by who used to avert their gaze now met his eyes with a smile. And one morning, the coffee vendor said, "Sir, you seem so at peace these days." Alex smiled and answered, "Perhaps because I stopped searching for love in others and started cultivating it within myself." Years later, reflecting on his path, he understood a deeper truth. People are drawn to those who provide a sense of safety. People respect those who maintain their gentleness in a harsh world. And people hold space for those who offer illumination when shadows loom. Personal growth isn't about crafting a perfect image or accumulating achievements. It's about remaining grounded in success, finding grace in failure, and choosing compassion in every moment. If you ever feel overlooked or undervalued, don't transform yourself for the approval of others. Evolve for your own healing. Refine your speech, your daily routines, your presence. Listen with intent, criticize with caution, release resentment quickly, and offer love without reservation. Because when you commit to inner renewal, you inevitably become the person others feel good being near. You don't need to outshine everyone. Just glow warmly enough to touch the lives around you. In the end, Alex would always say, "The most powerful change isn't witnessed by the world in your victories. It's felt by you in your own sense of worth." So stop pursuing people. Stop chasing external confirmation. Simply pursue your own expansion, because when you grow with integrity, you don't have to seek love. It naturally arrives. If you know someone who is losing their way, share this with them. And if you're ready to learn how to evolve, maintain your calm, and step into the most authentic version of yourself, please like this video and subscribe to Wines of Thought. Because every story we share is designed to guide you closer to the person everyone cherishes. Most importantly, the person you see in the mirror.